Hi all. So welcome to Multimodal weekly webinar series hosted by the team at Troll Labs. We've been meeting on a weekly basis every Friday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. Here are some of the topics that we tend to cover in a webinar series: news research in multimodal AI and prediction models, innovative application of multimodal in different verticals. Since we focus a lot on video understanding, we also have members who like share the video and projects with community members, and occasionally we have team members who display tutorials with AI using our platform and our API. Here's a list of the speakers that we have in the past. You can see there's a wide range of persona from open source developers to researchers to startup founder. So for this webinar session, actually we will have a group of people who have participated at our hackathon series just 3 weeks ago. So for context, for some who couldn't make it, so back in October 14-15, we had like a person gathering. We collaborate with 11 labs in Silicon Valley to host a multimodal hackathon, and we invite a bunch of top hackers in the city to come together and using our projects. And there was a lot of exciting application that was being built, and I've been following with the group that using our solution to get the feedback and learn more about the tutorials. And so for the one today, I would like to invite the 4 group that are who was able to make it today and to share more about the experience during hackathon and then the project using our API. So we have Sasha Sheng, who is currently the founder and executive director of the AI Engineer Foundation, which we can talk more in each presentation, but it's focused on democratizing open source, the openness of AI. She'll give a talk about multidimensional Hegelian dialectic view of the world. The second speaker is Konrad Gnat, who's currently the founder and full stack developers at Synducer, which is an AI tool for productivity, who will talk about his experience using Troll Labs in Hackathon as well as in production. The third group is Shalini, Ananda, and her collaborator, Hans Walker. They at Santa Cruz and USC, respectively, talk about their project that focus on Western landscape and using video retrieval to distinguish scale. And finally, we have Vaibhav Chhajed, currently the an engineer at Dialectic. He will talk about his project ShadowClone AI, filling that engagement channel between content creators and followers. For each speaker, we'll have about 8 to 10 minutes of talking about their projects, and then we'll have a short, Q&A session after each speaker finish. And if you're facing your contributors on Zoom chat, as you have questions about their projects. Okay, with that, let's Sasha get started and share your screen and talk about your projects.
It says I cannot share my screen. It was this. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. Let me know if you can see it. Cool. I'm just gonna click share. Oh no, share. Present. Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Sasha. Today I'm gonna talk about my hackathon project called the Multidimensional Hegelian Dialectic View of the War in the Middle East. Do you know that rather than being spoon-fed by the news media on what to think, you can actually reach out to cultivate your own intellectual banquet? So I want to briefly talk about what Hegelian dialectic is. It's a philosophy term, and since I grew up in China, this is basically in a textbook every year I grew up. It's this understanding that when you have a perspective, always go and seek out the opposite perspective. And so when you have a thesis, you seek out the antithesis. You can actually, from the 2 perspectives, create a synthesis, which could be a new thesis. So the Hegel is a philosopher who believes that the new thesis is going to be better than the previous thesis. So this is the dialectic view. And this is actually very core to my growing up and who I am today. So whenever I paid attention to me believing in perspective really strongly, there's always a part of me that was just curious about the other perspective. And so with that, I am going to talk a little bit about who I am. My name is Sasha. I go by Hack Goofer. I was an ex-Meta AI engineer and researcher. I'm hacking and goofing at the handle Hack Goofer on pretty much all social platforms. And I'm the founder and director at AI Engineer Foundation. Towards the end, I'll talk a little bit about what that is. And I'm always hungry for a different perspective. And I also have to admit that I'm addicted to TikTok, and this is relevant for my later presentations. It's not a guilty pleasure, it's mostly a very happy pleasure. So next. So here is where we are today, right? One news media source, A, might say, party A is more legitimized to claim land. And another news media source might say, party B is more legitimized to claim land. This leaves a lot of, for me, like this is just like two perspectives that's held by two major media. And instead of being kind of spoon-fed by their perspectives, as an individual, I think we have the responsibility to ask ourselves very important questions. So questions number one, maybe what are some other ways to think about the war in the Middle East? And what are some of the ways that major media is not serving us? And also because of TikTok, one common narratives that I've seen from people on TikTok is that major media is just not serving us, and we're not actually paying attention to individual voices that are actually impacted by the war. But when you actually look at these individual voices, people who are posting their own experiences on social media like TikTok, they're not being amplified. So question becomes, how do we connect people to less known media sources, indie citizen reporting services? And secondly, how do we give people direct access to alternative perspectives? What I built essentially is a video analytics system. It allows you to browse videos about the Middle East from non-major media sources. It essentially consists of two services. One is the unconstrained browsing case, which allows you to find salient aspects of a certain topic based on video contents. Secondly is a constrained browsing case, which gives you video on any two specific axes of your choice, allows you to see videos from opposing perspectives. So I'll talk a little bit about kind of the tech stack here. So we go from sampled YouTube corpuses, and I'll talk about the unconstrained browsing case. We used 12 labs. We tried both the generative API and highlight API, and we settled down on using the highlight API because the text being generated is more succinct. And it's also segments of the video. So we we take the text, we embed it, and then we plot it in the point cloud for visualization one. This is the unconstrained browsing case. The constrained browsing case is we use the search API. We chose two keywords. One is on horizontal axis, we plotted the pro-Palestinian. We plotted the pro-Palestinian score. So we use the keyword pro-Palestinian, and we search across all the videos that we have, and we get each video's corresponding confidence score. On the y-axis, we searched across for the keyword violence, and we get the corresponding confidence score and plot them in the two-dimensional graph here. So I'm gonna give you guys a live demo. So this is for the unconstrained browsing case. So as we can see, this is all the video being plotted against into the same embedding space. And we can actually select, we can actually move it around and see that there are two main like points on this 3D point cloud. And then if we actually select the top couple videos, let me know if it is clear. If I need to make it bigger or anything, we can see that the let me select a few less dots. So, oops. Okay, so I selected the perhaps the top 3 dots, and as we can see that the individual so each dot is an individual video, and perhaps what we are capturing here is more like flame and smoke content. So the video captures a chaotic scene of smoke and flames as individuals rush towards the source. The video captures a protest demonstration with people waving flags near vehicles amidst a backdrop of buildings with smoke. And the next one is with a car being hit. So it's individual incidents being reported here. And then if we go to the other end, this other end of the embedding space, we more see kind of like incidents that are more on the army military level. We see a lot of Israeli defense content where the border defense forces claim nearly full control over the border fence. The Israeli defense forces carry out attack, etc. So this is more the unconstrained case where you can kind of see what's going on in the war by looking at the distribution of the videos being captured here. The other constrained browsing case is, so I mentioned earlier that I plotted the pro-Palestinian and violence score on this two-dimensional chart. Here we see a lot more videos are pro-Palestine. This is because in my sampling, I actually tried to sample more pro-Palestinian videos, mostly because this is just some contents that I don't normally see in my feed. My feed is more or less, my feed in like normal social media is more or less pro-Israel. And so I would like to understand what the other side is talking about. So this is just so that for my own understanding. And as you can see, like this is a high violence video. We see that there is some conflict going on, people grabbing another person from the car, whereas this is just a woman talking to the audience. And here, this is a video that's more pro-Israel side. We see that this is capturing Israeli victims whereas more pro-Palestinian video is capturing the casualties of Gaza. So this is the live demo. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the challenges here. Because of the hackathon format, we really had no time to play around with different embedding methods. But also we think that if 12 Labs can expose the video embedding, this would greatly help there. Secondly, it's hard for us to capture what's being discussed in the video as opposed to describing the video in general. So not like the woman talking at a table, but rather like what's being discussed by the woman. There are some video deduplication issues. It turned out that popular video footages is being shared across various media sources, and this is really common. Lastly, we were also trying to embed Reddit comments onto the same embedding space, but this proves to be really difficult because they just fundamentally came from different distribution. So next, for the future, we need your help. We really wish to platformatize this. Imagine that you can get a daily summary of videos uploaded around the world, kind of filtering out all of the major media sources, kind of get to see what people are talking about. And obviously, just because citizen reporting, video translation is actually a really, really important feature. Most people don't speak English as their native language. So I think this is important. And next is gathering intelligence from unconstrained browsing cases. We see the point cloud embedding, but we think it would be cool to automatically cluster and then have text summarization and just have that be available to you every day. And then next is integrate third-party fact-checking. We need to make sure that the indie reporters are kind of factual. Next is evaluate different text encoding methods. And lastly, perhaps this is more to prevent against the echo chamber issue, is to only allow people that are open-minded to use the system. So we can do this either through surveys or like perhaps when people use the system, we ask them like what their current perspective is and only show them the opposite perspective. Something like that, that can alleviate people looking for evidence of what they believe in and using this tool for that. So this is totally open source, and this is the QR code to access the code base. This is a hackathon code, so bear with me on the quality there, on the code quality there. And then also I want to talk about the AI Engineer Foundation project that I'm working on. So the foundation is a nonprofit neutral body that's essentially serves as a standards body for AI engineers. So if you think about AI engineers as an ecosystem, these days the field is moving so fast. Each company is building their own verticalized solution. There are a lot of infrastructure that could be shared, and this is what AI Engineer Foundation really comes in. We aim to build a horizontal layer of infrastructure so that companies can build what their strategic advantage is, and rather than worrying about common layers. And so if you were to make analogy in the past, you can think of us as like a HTTP or these type of like protocol level provider. And our first protocol is a protocol called AI Agents Protocol. We already have about 600 AI agents built on the protocol, and we are also at the same time ingesting more individual projects that are also open source and neutral. And so if you're interested, join our Discord. This is our QR code. And we also host events. So we are running an event on OpenAI Dev Day recap. And then this is the link for the event. It's happening next Wednesday. So sorry about like doing a little bit of promotion here. Let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thanks, Sasha, for that great presentation and key learning and tech stack, as well as the insights that you provide. Is there any real-time question that attendees will ask while she's still presenting?
Sure thing. Hi, James. Hi, Sasha. Sasha, that was a great presentation. So you said for the OpenAI Dev Day, you were she's having a I guess a gathering. Can you tell us a little bit more about what this gathering is about and what are we discussing? Thank you so much. And also congratulations on the great presentation.
Yeah, thank you. So the Dev Day is happening next Monday, and so we are going to do a recap. So what that means is we are going to kind of go over the salient part of the Dev Day, which happened over the course of one day, and talk about the announcement. It hasn't happened yet, so I don't know what's it going to be, but we're going to scramble together a presentation to summarize what's being discussed. And it's also a venue for you to meet other AI engineers and discuss amongst yourself how like the Dev Day announcements impacts your work. And so we just wanted to create a venue for discussion, collaboration, and these type of things.
Is this a physical space? That's the only question I have. Is this a physical space? Because we are based in the Bay Area and San Francisco. So how can we meet you in person? Because I've seen you around. I saw you at the I've seen you around. So how do we get in touch with you? Yeah.
Yeah, so I believe the QR link, so let me pull it up here. So there's a Partyful link for that. And so you can just like come to the events. It has the address and everything, the time and address. And then it's held at a physical space, but we will have presentations by companies talking about the Dev Day, talking about how Dev Day impacts their product flow. Yeah, just come, and we'll also have presentations available online as well.
Yeah.
We'll record them.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
I put the link to the chat, Shalini, for.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm happy to put the link in the chat.
Yeah, all right. Good. Any other question? Why is you still here?
Hi, Sasha. It's Nick Chan here. Thanks for that. That was a fantastic presentation. I'm just wondering, do you always consider what happens if there's more than one perspective? Sorry, more than two perspectives.
Yeah, this is great. So it's not always just like two perspectives. There are more than two for sure. And for me, it's like, this is actually my own definition of what I think intelligence is. And it's a very narrow definition, I know, and I firmly believe in this, which is when you are trying to make a decision, it's important to make a decision according to as many, with the understanding of as many solution spaces possible. So each perspective to me is a solution space. And so this is a false dichotomy here, but it's not just about thesis and antithesis. It's also about understanding each perspective and where they're coming from. And from that point on, synthesize a new thesis. And to me, it's like so important to making the best decision, to make an optimum decision, is to understand all the solution space.
Thank you. Look, just for what it's worth, I come from a background of media companies, so I'm interested in the one area that I'm really interested in is how do you eventually get, you know, a really great idea like this amplified into major media companies so that, you know, perspectives become much more unilateral than it is now. Because, you know, at the end of the day, you know, we can obviously find out what you're doing, and what you're doing is great, but there is an amplification process by large media companies that would bring it to masses and educate more people about, you know, various issues around the world.
That's a really interesting topic. If you want to discuss more about it, please reach out, and I can help you brainstorm. I am also personally very passionate about this, and not sure what the best way to approach is. And
okay, excellent. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Of course.
Perfect. Great. And I saw that on the last slide you also mentioned you want to platformize it, right? So definitely excited to see more of that. And from our end, we'd love to support you with any API solution along the way, and we can talk more about that. Yeah, I think Konrad is next. So Sasha, if you can like stop sharing the screen and let Konrad sharing. Actually, it's very great transition because I know what topic Konrad's going to talk about, and it's related to AI engineering. So yeah, let's see this presentation.
Hi everyone. My name is Konrad, and I will talk about what I built at the hackathon and how I am using it in production. And this is around the AI Engineer Summit as well. The AI Engineer Foundation is related to the AI Engineer Summit. So I will. Hackathons are really great for prototyping and experimenting and learning about new technology. So I'll briefly go over how I approached this and what I did at this hackathon. So this is I just like invented this kind of app like called the Video Brain, and imagine like it's an app where you have the ability to search, summarize, and have a QA chatbot over a channel. And the idea came from the observation that there's a lot of wealth information in like video in conferences and all the talks that are that they have in their YouTube library. And we only are able to access this information through like watching it or at full speed or maybe sped up. But now with LLMs, we have other ways of kind of interacting with this data. And the AI Engineers Summit was a conference that took place about like the weekend before the hackathon, and I was lucky to attend. And someone in a Slack channel posted about how great it would be to have like a Q&A chatbot that uses RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, and I chose to like tackle that problem. And I'll skip over to the demo now, because I also want to get to the demo of the live version. So I like recorded the demo here, and basically how it would work is you'd be able to search through the video library by keywords using 12 Labs. And then I'll skip over. The second part would be you would be able to paste in like a channel ID or a channel URL, and here it like gets all of the channel videos and gets the transcript, and then stores that in the vector database. And then the chatbot here, I'm typing in a question asking to give me a summary about the AI Engineer Summit. And it uses so here the response comes back referencing the data from the transcript, from the text from the transcript, and this uses 11 Labs, another sponsor of the event, to generate the voice really fast. And so this was a great thing to prototype quickly in the span of the hackathon. And since then, I have launched it at like this link. So here I'll put it in the chat so for everybody. And there's some challenges here, like the live streams are like 6 and 7 hours long. So this is difficult to like summarize and index. So this video would be too long for like the 12 Labs indexing and search. So this one just has the Q&A chatbot, but the shorter videos that are just of the individual talks, like for example, this one by the founder of LangChain. Here you have the summary, and 12 Labs is used right here in the transcript, because the YouTube transcript is not good. There's a lot of like errors in transcription. So right now I'm using it for this to transcribe, to get the high quality transcription. And next, I think 12 Labs is really great for searching inside of the video for specific for content, and for providing highlights and like summaries. So you can have here it would be really useful for generating shorter summaries of the video, and yeah, searching through the content. And want to show you this example of the AI chat. And here it's really useful to have example questions, because often you you're not sure what to ask. And so, for example, these sample questions are like, okay, what are some approaches to incorporating context in language models? So we can ask this one. And this is live right now. So it comes back and streaming the response. And it says, some ways to include context in language models are through instruction prompting, fine-tuning, and retrieval augmented generation. And then it displays the sources from the transcript. So in conclusion, also I'll like share the link to the GitHub, which has all the links to the slides and the dev post. Okay. And there's code here also that uses 12 labs. So here I'm just so yeah, I'm indexing through the platform and then using the index ID and the video ID to get the transcription. Yeah, I'll end it there and happy to chat or answer questions.
Great. Thanks, Konrad, for putting all the information in the chat. Yeah, I think this idea of like asking question, interacting with video is definitely one major use cases that I think I saw a lot of folks building during Hackathon. I'm glad that you're able to like showcase this demo and then have something very visual going on right here. Yeah. Is any question for Konrad from the audience as you take a look at this demo?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, Konrad. So, I'm just trying to figure out how is this different from all the LangChain templates that I know you have a picture of the LangChain founder Harrison Chase. How is your work different to how can I use your modality to find different information, because it seems like the LangChain templates will allow me to do that. Thank you.
The LangChain templates. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
So LangChain has released, it's called LangChain templates, where you don't even have to code, you just have to use type in instructions. So I'm just wondering how your hack is different to what they have done. So it's just a question.
Oh, that sounds really interesting. It's something I'll look into right after. Just how is it different? I don't know. I just learned about it now.
No worries. It's just a question. I'm a curious person. Your presentation was great. Thank you so much for presenting.
You're welcome.
Great. Let's see. Yeah, well, in this scenario, there's no question right now. Feel free to put on the chat if you have any, for Konrad as we move towards the next presentation. Awesome, thanks, Konrad. Thanks for demoing that great projects. So next we have Shalini and Hans, who will talk about their project Deep Green. We focus on trust detection in video scale. So if you guys can start sharing the screen and go ahead with the presentation.
Hi everybody, my name is Shalini and Ananda, and I'm working on this project with Hans Walker. Today we're going to explore a fascinating topic, finding trash fast with 12 Labs video retrieval. Here we'll look at how multimodal LLMs are being used to rapidly identify and manage waste, leveraging capabilities of the 12 Labs video retrieval system. This is a significant step in enhancing how we efficiently deal with waste management. So the video here that you see was created using the platform Pika Labs. So let's focus on a crucial global issue, which is waste generation and waste disposal. As you can see here, waste generation is increasing globally and set to increase even further, but proper solutions to get rid of waste are not in place, and we have trash and other waste either in streets or the oceans. So we use a three-step approach in how we could potentially take a step forward. So the first step is citizen engagement. So our tool lets citizens take action by taking videos and uploading them. So the second step is efficient detection, and this is where we leverage the 12 Labs capability to rapidly pinpoint areas that require immediate attention. And we can do this without overwhelming task of sifting through millions and millions of images. So as we look ahead and as we explore this tool, we also discuss the challenges we have encountered with video processing and how we plan to overcome them in the future. So these enhancements are all aimed at making the tool more reliable and also more accurate. So now let's discuss the three features that we have. So the first feature lets the user upload videos of trash, either in oceans or on the street, and storing the metadata for this particular video in latitude and longitude. So this is great because it creates a user-driven approach, but all that increases our data collection, but also fosters community engagement. The second feature is trash quantification. So we look at this data to determine the amount of trash in the given area, and we categorize it as high, medium, or low. And this quantification is crucial for understanding the severity of the pollution in different locations so we can plan appropriate cleanup operations. The third is probably the most important part of our project. So this part involves analyzing different types of trash. So we leverage the 12 Labs API, and we also compare its performance with other leading models like Detectron and YOLO. So one of the most difficult things about classifying trash is that there are so many different kinds of trash, and they're in oceans, they're in street, and video quality is imperative here. So we state how we address these challenges and also provide prospective improvements that we could make in the future. So one of the reasons we're using 12 Labs is obviously because we can do video retrieval with just text and rapid scanning capabilities, so it can scan through hours of video very quickly. And another key feature is advanced object recognition. So it's able to identify and locate trash. And if we combine through geospatial mapping, we can even pinpoint where it is. So in essence, what we're saying is this isn't just about seeing what's there, it's about understanding where it is and how it fits into the larger picture. And obviously, the fact that it's speed, and as we improve accuracy, this would be much more effective than manual review of videos. So now I send it over to Hans Walker for a demo. Yes, and to accomplish our goals, we were looking to classify 3 types of trash. We were looking to classify plastics, metals, and textiles. So as part of our classification, we were comparing the 12 Labs algorithm to Detectron and YOLO. Since this was a hackathon and we didn't have a lot of time to work on this, we selected 14 images with plastic, textiles, and metals. And we put all 3 tools, 12 Labs Classify API, Detectron 2, and the YOLO algorithm to test. So here's a rundown of how we used the 12 Labs Playground Beta to classify videos of trash. We created a group called Trash, and we created classes, which were metal, a textile, and plastic. And then in the drop-down menu, we chose our index, class group, and we filtered by textile trash. So, and after clicking run, it gave us a list of all the videos where there were textile trash. And we did a manual study or a manual review of if these videos had textile trash or not. And we did something similar with the Detectron 2 and the YOLO as well. So in the upcoming slide, I will discuss the results we got. Okay, so firstly, let's talk about how we compared the algorithms in this phase of the project. Our primary focus was on true positives, so we just wanted to know if the algorithm correctly identified plastic in all the videos that had plastic in it. So yes, there were false positives. We found that focusing on true positives gave us a better understanding of each algorithm's capabilities, at least at this stage of the project. So interestingly, in this short study, we saw that the 12 Labs algorithm had better performance in detecting plastics and textiles compared to the other 2 algorithms we tested. And hopefully this insight guides future choices in algorithm selection as well. So as next step, we're definitely going to integrate the Classify API into our tool. The second is quality control. So to get the best results, we want a feature that helps us accept or reject videos based on their quality. And finally, video segmentation. So this would improve detection accuracy. And also, since there are different kinds of trash, and certain sites have all kinds of trash, it would be helpful if we knew the different kinds of trash that were present in a single site. So having said that, thank you for your attention. We're open to any suggestions that you may have. My name is Shalini Ananda, and I've been working with Hans Walker. You can find us on LinkedIn.
Thank you so much.
That's good.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me, guys? Well,
Yeah, I can hear you.
awesome. Yeah, thanks all presentator. They have put all the energy and work to showcase. I also had an opportunity to be a part of a hackathon. And yeah, I came up with some couple of ideas I was running in my mind, and then I thought would be the content creators world. So let me share my screen if I, yeah. So I'm introducing ShadowClone AI. Let me know if you can see my screen. Just click thumbs up. Okay. So basically, I'm focusing on how can we clone content creators, like somebody who used to like TikTok, YouTube. It's just I feel like it's one-way connection where we just watch, we can consume the content and interact through comments. content creator itself has not an opportunity to go back and see who they like, who they interact, and they come up with some like paid. There are like a lot of ways that you can engage with the content creators, but my plan is to make like a clone of the content creator, and you can talk to the clone and get the good response back. Like, so having all the memory that it's available online, and basically interact with their different blog posts, videos, through a chat application, through a multimodal like a doc. So that's my idea. I'll quickly walk through like what I have built. Basically, it's right now this is very kind of for a content creator. They can extract their own videos and see how they're interpreting with like hi, can you describe my video? And basically 12 labs can give you a better understanding about exactly what the video is about and how you're projecting. So it's not exactly for the end content creators, but trying to make right now a bot where you add your own data and then make sure that what exactly you're showing out to the world and how you can make better. And later, once you are done with like, okay, this is something I would like to project, and then you make a clone of yourself and then give it to the world so that they can interact with you in better response. So the problem is I'm solving here is like content engagement is a one-way road. Let's make it like a bi-directional where content creators can also go back and interact with you, take your advice, take your suggestions, and give a better responses. I feel like it's a good market. It has like 200, we have 200 influencers. Only 2 to 4% of them has like the majority of the viewership. It's right now 20 to 25 billion, supposed to grow in 10 years like 100 billion. Content creation would be the key thing in 10 years. And I feel like getting out good content and interacting and making people help creating good content is the key. So why now? Basically, generative AI can be a better tool for influencer. I have met Silicon Valley girl. She was basically referring like what are the tools she uses to make a content creation better, using all the latest AI tools to be a faster content creator, or how to grow the social media influencing. There are also very specific content creators for very specific informations, and they're specialized in that. So they can also use tools and get better understanding of exactly what they are conveying to the world. So we have like just like this is the hackathon demo, so we can put it up wherever all whatever we were possible to do within like 24 hours. So these are like, and I've met all of them, so confirm with them like, hey, these guys need something like an AI assistance where they can throw their data, make a clone of themselves, and then show it to the world. Yeah, that's all. Basically, the later part I was thinking about like, can we use a way of connection, like you can have like a clone of as a text, as a speech, so you can video call your favorite content creator and talk to them as if they are talking to you according to what they think about the world, or whatever the data they have. So I imagine that's like you FaceTime your content creator without and they know whatever you're talking to talking to their clone basically, and they're doing the hard work so that they can be interactive with a lot of content creators. Yeah, so I think I see the world coming soon where the content creators will be very available through text, WhatsApp text, iMessage, or FaceTime. So like, yeah, clone yourself everywhere basically. Yeah, this is basically, I just came up with some business tech develop business pitch. So I think I have 2 minutes left. I just want to show it to you like how 11 labs helped me out the demo. So like where 11 labs comes in. So I created this Streamlit application. I think it's self-serve application. I'll throw it in the chat. It's buggy right now, but whatever I can pull it out within 24 hours, exactly it is there. So start with you're putting your 11 labs, also 12 labs keys over here, and so you can just play with your own content, right? Just add your own video. So I have added like a funny cat compilation video, 1 minute, and I just want to make sure that what exactly the video I would be referring to. Also, one thing I did while we were discussing back and forth about videos, so I indexed the video here. So in this in this, like, I have created an application where you can see what videos you have indexed, and so recently index says like this: preventing our ocean becoming dumb. So you don't have to go through the entire video. You can index the video and you can then basically chat with the video. It's similar to what Grant has the previous made. So basically it's now indexing. Once it is indexed, I can see here and then chat with it. Basically, hi, this is live. So I just close this one. So this video is about funny CAD compilation. What is the video about? And I'm using 12 Lab Generate API to get understanding of exactly what's in the video. So you can ask more questions. So while I'm the ocean video is indexing, I can ask a lot of questions like, hey, how much this can be impactful, or where the video says about, like, there's a, so you can play around the video, you can ask questions to the video. I think now when I was doing this, James mentioned there's something these guys are coming up, so I would be excited to get the access to the new APIs. But I think this platform is very good. Where this, what I've made is good because it does all the hard work of creating all the post requests inside the 12 Labs API documentation. So I was going through all the documentations where how video can be indexed, how index works, video work, generate API works, and basically simplifying all the process through a Streamlit, where you don't have to like actually write curl request. You can just click here, add a new video. I'll show one approach to how I do that. So I copy this, create a new video. I have a URL. Oh no, this is not a URL. I'm just looking at. Let me pull up the URL from the chat. So this is a YouTube watch video. So on index, let's say event ocean. Something is running in the back end.
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically, okay, this is a lang chain. So I'm basically indexing this entire video.
A little bit about
the world latest improvement of LangChain. So once I have indexed, so it says the video is too long. So yeah, we can put the video according to 5 to 10 minutes short. And once the video is indexed, we can just chat with it. So that's from my side. I think I'm on time. I think about time. So
great, awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing it. I think well, first of all, this one I feel like can be super relevant to the second project that Konrad built as well. But see, like, chatting with the AI engineer submit videos, right? So I think like, a lot of like synergies can be there in terms of using API. Also, I really like that feature where you display the video right there, like, so you associate like the YouTube interface with the video index ID or video ID inside our system. So that help like by matching this metadata, help keeping track of like
what happening in the video backend. So if somebody will want to upload, so like let's say AI Summit is doing their own way of analyzing 12 labs, so they can come up like and use self-serve platform. Easy for engineers like me that who want to work with you guys and make their own platform. So also the LangChain templates that recently released. So it's like how best we can help developers to adopt like multimodal approaches. So my goal was to, yes, a developer should adopt through this platform. Plus, it should have a multimodal approach for the content creators, so that we can easily collaborate with them and make their own white labeled multimodal clone. So that with the help of 12 labs, 11 labs, all the technology, and make the clone as soon as possible. That would be the near future. Yeah, that's from my side. Awesome. Thank you all for listening.
Thanks, Vaibhav. Well, I think that's the end of this webinar. We have thanks, first of all, thank you all the speakers for preparing your presentation and spending time going over it and presenting to the audience today. And we'll have the recording of this webinar in 2 or 3 weeks, and I will share that on our YouTube public playlist. And so you can like share it on the social. And I'm excited to host more webinars with a focus on a technology like this, just to see how we can improve the developer experience, getting more feedback, and help improve the future video understanding. So yeah, thanks all for making it today, and hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.